Okay, so in this video, I want to show you how to solve another system that's nonlinear, that's just a lot messier. This is going to require a lot more algebra, a lot more steps. So first of all, kind of get an idea of what you're looking for. These are both circles. So this is a circle with a center at -3, 4, has a radius of radical 20. This one is a circle with a center at -4, positive 3, and has a little bit bigger radius. So you're looking at two circles here, so they could intersect in two places, possibly 4, but usually just 2. So anyway, let's get started. What we need to do is distribute all of this out, okay? So you've got x squared plus 6x plus 9 plus y squared minus 8y plus 16 equals 20. Multiply this out. You've got x squared plus 8x plus 16 plus y squared minus 6y plus 9 equals 26. Okay? At this point, I would I actually could have written this up a little bit closer. I don't need to rearrange this. I can go ahead and do elimination at this point and get rid of my x squared and y squared terms. So if I do this, then my x squares cancel out. 6 minus 8 is -2x. 9 minus 16 is -7. My y squares cancel out. -8 minus a -6 is +6, so that's a -2y. Then 16 minus 9 is 7, so +7. 20 minus 26 is -6. So that part's nice. I have a -7 and a +7. That will cancel out. So I have a -2x minus 2y equals -6. And I would like to make this as simple as possible, so I can divide everything here by -2. So that's going to give me x plus y equals 3. I want to get one of my letters alone, doesn't matter which one, so I'm going to get the y alone, so y is going to be equal to 3 minus x, or if you prefer, negative x plus 3, okay? So we're going to take this now, and we're going to plug it back up into one of our original equations. Now, I'm going to put it in this one. That's going to make it a lot easier because I have a +3 here, and I have a y minus 3 there. It's going to make this tons easier. So I have x plus 4 squared plus, now this y is 3 minus x, and then I have a -3 there, and then it's squared. Okay, so think about that for a second. You've got y is equal to 3 minus x, and I'm going to substitute that in for this y right there, so it shows up there. You've got to see that and see what's going on. If y is equal to 3 minus x, then I can replace that y with 3 minus x, and that gives me 3 minus x minus 3 squared. Simplify this. If these numbers were different, I've got a 3 and a -3, so that's going to be great. But if it was a 4 minus 3, I would simplify it to a 1. If it was 5 minus 3, I would simplify it to a 2. So that's going to be, this is going to stay x plus 4 squared. This is going to be -x squared, because 3 minus 3 is 0, equals 26. Now, maybe you're starting to see the benefit of this. I now have an equation that just has an x in it. It might be kind of messy, but it just has an x in it, which means I can solve it. Up here, when I have x's and y's, I'm going to do a bunch of work to get rid of the x's and y's so that I get down to an equation with just x's in it. So now you've got to multiply this out. X squared plus 8x plus 16, -x squared is x squared equals 26. Combine like terms and set it equal to 0. So x squared plus x squared is 2x squared plus 8x minus the 26 from both sides. 16 minus 26 is -10 equals 0. Now, at this point, you can use quadratic formula to solve it, but I like to factor, and if I'm going to factor, I want my numbers to be as small as possible, so I can divide everything by 2. That gives me x squared plus 4x minus 5 equals 0. So I can factor that into x plus 5 and x minus 1, because 5 times -1 is -5. 5 minus 1 is 4. So that gives me answers of x equals -5 and x equals +1. So now I'm going to go back to my equation that says y is equal to 3 minus x and use these x's that I found to find the y's that go with it. Because this x has a y that goes with it, and this x has a y that goes with it. Okay? So if y is 3 minus x, then y is 3 minus a -5. So that's 3 plus 5, that's 8. So when I plugged in -5, I got 8. Now I'm going to plug in 1. Y is equal to 3 minus 1, which is 2. So this is 2. Keep track of what y you got with what x. So when I plugged in -5, I got 8. When I plugged in 1, I got 2. That means this is an ordered pair. So I have a solution at -5, 8, and a solution at 1, 2. That is where those two circles will cross.